Today I'm presenting how to scuba dive safely. So the next time you take your Caribbean cruise or trip down to the Florida Keys or go to Australia on a whim, you can have fun scuba diving and not die. A little bit about why I'm doing scuba diving. I have three main reasons. First one, I spent my entire summer down in the Florida Keys working as a sailing instructor at Boy Scout Sea Base, where they had a ton of scuba diving every day. So I got to learn how to do it for free because it's kind of costly. And I took full advantage of that and went scuba diving every other day. It was pretty fun. Second reason, anyone can do it. I'm passionate about it. I believe everyone should do it because the first time you take a breath underwater, you kind of stop breathing after that because it's so amazing. And you have to remember to keep breathing. The third, I have a ton of cool pictures from this summer that I haven't really gotten to show off. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that during this whole summer. Alright, there's 10 major points to staying safe while scuba diving. If you follow all of these points, you'll have a great time, you'll have fun. If you don't follow any of them, you're probably gonna die. It is a dangerous swim. It's extremely dangerous. You're swimming 40 feet below the surface of the water with giant waves crashing over you. The seas are calm. Alright, first one, most importantly while scuba diving. Due to the pressure change going up and down in depth, do not hold your breath. Because if you hold your breath, gases can contract, expand, compress. Water cannot. So when you go down, your body actually kind of compresses itself, and your lungs do this even more than your body. So if you hold your breath, all the air is compressing your lungs, and you can get a cavity in your chest called pulmonary barotrauma, where your lung kind of detaches from your chest, and you get a cavity inside, and it fills up with blood and air. And it's extremely hard to remove, and it's deadly. The next is when you're going up in depth, going from deeper to shallower to the surface. If you hold your breath, the gases expand because the pressure is less, and your lungs can pop like a balloon, which is also very bad. Alright, the next point, practicing safe ascents. Not as important as don't hold your breath, but also important because if something goes wrong, this is only used in an emergency, by the way. If something goes wrong and you're 30 feet underwater, you want to be able to get to the surface as fast as possible. So you want to practice those so you're ready for any situation. Next one, check your gear. This one is probably one of the top 3 most important, because if you don't check your gear before you dive, you could have a hole in your airline, or you could be missing something like a fin. I've seen people jump in the water and they're like, wait a second, I don't have my mask or my tank or any of my stuff. And it's just kind of like, why would you do that? But it is very important. Also, check your buddy's gear, because chances are they aren't paying attention. Dive within your limits. Even I've been diving for a year, I still don't like to dive under 30 feet because I just don't feel comfortable doing it. And all the color goes out because it's all just turns blue. But that's physics. Yeah. If you're new, start in a pool, start in a lake, start somewhere really shallow, do it with some experience, proper training. Stay safe. Alright, staying physically fit. You don't have to be extremely physically fit to scuba dive, because all you're doing is just slowly kicking your feet, and you have giant fins on this long, so they do most of the work for you. But you do have to be able to kick for an hour, and you want to stretch before you go in so you don't get cramps. I've seen people 20 feet underwater all of a sudden just seize up because it cramps in their whole body. Just like, whoa. It's actually kind of fun. It's not that bad. Plan your dive. This is, they're all important, but I keep saying which one is specifically important. planning your dive is important because if you don't, you could dive at a shallow depth first and then forget, have a brain fart, and dive even deeper the next time, which in diving school you'll learn that can kill you because of the nitrogen in the blood. So use a dive computer, which is like a giant watch. It's like an Iron Man thing. Goes on. Or use a dive table, because those never fail. Dive tables are always fine. Alright, rule of thirds. This is mostly used for wreck diving or cave diving, because there you can get lost, you can get stuck on something, everything can go wrong. But it's just a good general rule of thumb. Rule of thirds is use 1/3 of your air to go in the water and take your trip to wherever you're going. Like if you're going to explore a boat that's sunk, you go in, then once you hit 2/3 of air left, then you start going back to your boat or dock or whatever. And then when you have 1/3 of air left, you should be going up out of the water, because you always want to have extra air. You never really want to push it. Alright, use the buddy system. This is important for a couple of reasons. One, if anything goes wrong and you lose your air, your buddy has an alternate part that you can breathe on, so you can breathe on his air. So if you're in a cave and you're like, oh, I ran out of air, he'll be like, no problem, gotcha. You also need someone to take your picture underwater and look cool, like that. Also, if a shark comes at you, you can push your buddy towards the shark and you can swim away. You can do a lot of fun things with that. Nice. Practicing your vital skills, which means navigation so you don't get lost, diving at night, practicing your safe ascents, practicing anything. Like if your buddy touches a piece of fire coral and it starts burning, you start to laugh at it because you didn't know any better. You get a bunch of water in your mask, you've got to be able to clear the water out of your mask, which actually isn't that hard. Also, some of the pictures I took this summer, the one on the right wasn't scuba diving, but it was still a pretty good picture of me. This is a French angelfish, and that's a nurse shark. About that long. It's pretty cool. Swim right up under my head and see it. Alright, positive buoyancy when you finish your dive. This isn't part of diving, this is part of after diving. When you're really tired because you've been diving for an hour at like 230 feet, that's past recreation. But you don't want to work anymore, so you just want to float so you can swim back to your boat nice and easy. You can inflate your vest that you wear for diving. It's called BCD, buoyancy control device, and make it easier. Also, if it's super rough seas, they'll keep you afloat. That's all 10 points. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. If you follow all these points, you'll have a great, safe dive, and nothing should go wrong. And if you don't follow them, something could go wrong. That's it. Thank you.
Is that you right there?
Yeah, that's me. That was in the pool. This is the place we worked at, Florida Sea Base. Those are some friends.
How did you get a job like that?
I kind of thought, wouldn't it be funny if I applied to work in the Florida Keys for a summer, and then they called me 2 weeks later and said,
Oh.
hey, hey, does this amount of pay sound good? And I was like, oh, I was calling as a